Hey guys, it's Yvette. I am here to do a sew along with you guys for the Cotton Cuts Name of the Rose Puzzle Mystery Quilt. And I am on clue number 7, and this is my small quilt, and I am hashtag Team Whimsy on this particular quilt. Oh, look, it's written right there. Huh? You'd think I would have noticed that before. Anyway, so I have received the paperwork that will tell us which blocks are going to be done, or which clue, what's going to be involved in clue 7. And these are the 6 pieces that we're going to be making. And these are the pieces that we should have received in our pack, which we have received them. I've got them all laid out here and I've counted them and we're good. And then we have our instructions on how to make the quilt. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm ready. I'm going to scooch that over for a minute. And let me just scooch everything else over so that we'll have some room here. Let's see, I'll put that over there. And let me move that over there, and then I'll scooch these over. Okay, perfect. All right, so what I want to do first is, oh good, we're going to be making some flying geese. I love flying geese. And we are going to make 6 of this particular one. So we are going to take 6 of the large D triangles, and the D are these cute little yellow ones with the bananas on them. I love Tula pink. So we're going to take these guys, and I think we only have 6. Yeah. All right, so we're going to take these 6. And then, I've got a little teeth on there. And then we are going to attach small triangles, A. And A is this purple fabric. So I'm going to take these guys, and we are going to need all 12 of these. So let me just lay those out so you can see exactly how they're going to lay out. And now, in order to make flying geese, what we're going to do is I always start with the same side. That way I get used to how my flying geese are going to come out. So I always start on the left side. How you want to do it is up to you, but that's just how I do it. So I'm going to take, let me start this one here, or this one, because I think you can see that one best. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take the left side. I'm going to fold them down right sides together. And of course, this is a solid, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance right here. After we do that, we are going to want to press towards A, which means we are going to have our sewed together fabric just like this, and then we're going to flip it over and press right there, because we're going to be pressing towards A. After we do that, it'll be pressed like so. Boop. It'll be sort of like that. And then you're going to come back and take the right side, and we're going to fold that right sides together and sew a 1/4 inch seam here, and again press towards A. So once we have these 6 all done, come on back and we will move to number 2 on section 7A. Okay, so we have our first 6 flying geese, and we are going to scooch those over for a bit, and we are going to now make another 6 flying geese. So we're going to start with a large triangle B, which is this fabric here. And let me move that a little bit more. We'll lay all 6 of these out. Eek! They don't want to come apart. Oh my goodness, come on. This is crazy. Okay, and then we are going to take 12 of the small D's, which are these little guys here. And let me just set those out on either side. Okay, and in exactly the same way as we did with the first ones, we're going to take the left side and fold them down, right sides together, 1/4 inch seam allowance here. We are going to press toward D, which is the exact same thing we just did. And then once that is attached, we are going to come back and take the right side, turn it right sides together, and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, and again press toward D. So once we have these 6 ready, come on back and we will be ready for step 3. Okay, so we have our this is our number 1, and this is the number 2 that we just finished. And the next step is to combine these 2 just like that. So we're going to take each one and we are going to fold right sides together and then sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here. And when you come back to press, we are going to press toward the bottom. So as soon as you have all 6 of these done, come on back and we are moving on to number 4. Okay, so we have finished combining these 2 flying geese sections, and now we're going to set them aside for a moment. And we are going to make another flying geese, and we're going to make 6 of them again. This time, we are going to start with our fabric C as the main fabric. So that's this guy. And so that'll be all 6 of the fabric pieces. Okay, and then the top parts, I don't know why I always do that. The top parts are going to be letter B, which is this guy. And so let's just lay those down. Okay, and so now we're going to just construct these flying geese just like we did the other 2 sets. I'm going to start on my left side first, sew those down with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, press it toward the B fabric, and then I am going to and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the right side in the same way, and then press that toward B as well. So as soon as I get done with these 6, we'll come back and then we will be on step number 5. Okay, so here are the flying geese that we did in our last step, and now we are going to take a B rectangle, which are these guys, and we are going to sew one of these to the top of each of the flying geese that we just put together. So we will take one and we will fold this down right sides together. Or actually, what's probably better is to fold the bottom one up, because then you can keep an eye on your seam allowance here. You don't want to lose that point. And you will just sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance directly across here. We're going to do that for all 6 of these pieces and come back to join everything in our step 6. Okay, so we have our 2 sets that we have put together, and now in step 6 we are going to take 4 of each. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to take 4 of each, and now we are going to sew them together. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to take this one and put it on the top, and this one and put it on the bottom. So we have like these arrows going up. And so if I demonstrate on one, basically what we're going to do is we're going to flip them right sides together, and we are going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, and we will repeat that for all 4 of these guys. And when we come back, section 7A will be done. This is going to be the end of 7A, and then we have a section 7B, which should go a little bit quicker, and so we'll start that one next. Okay, this is a small update because I realized that I read step 6 wrong. We are actually going to take all 6 of these, and we're going to put them together like this, all 6. And then in step 7B, we will be using 4 of them, or 2 of them. And the other 4 will be, I'll go over it again whenever we get to section 7B. But in the meantime, join all of these, all 6 of them, in this manner. We'll be right back. Okay, so I have all 6 of these guys all put together, and we're going to take 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take 4 of them. We're going to set them aside, and those are going to be labeled 7A. Okay, and then these last 2 we are going to put aside just for a second because we're going to add another piece to these 2. We're going to make 2 more flying geese. So we have these last 2 pieces, and here it is. So we're going to have fabric A as the large triangles, and then we are going to take fabric F, which are these guys, and we're going to put them to the 2 corners. And we're going to make the flying geese the same way as we did with all the other ones that we did for this clue. We are going to fold them down right sides together on the left side first. So 1/4 inch seam allowance here. And then we are going to press, and let's see, it says to press towards F. So we're going to press toward the little bananas. And then we're going to fold the right side down. And so a 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here. And again, press toward F, which is our little banana. And once we have these 2 flying geese ready, come on back and we have one more step. Okay, so we have the 2 flying geese that we just made, and we're going to take 2 of the long panels that we made in 7A, and we are going to sew one of these onto the bottom of each one of these. Okay, so we're just going to turn it right sides together. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam line here and here. And when we come back, we will be finished with clue number 7. Okay, so these are the 2 that we just finished up, and these are going to be labeled section 7B, and these are the 4 that we finished for section 7A. So I will go ahead and label those, put them in my storage container, and get ready for the next clue, which will, well, I think I already have the next clue, so I need to get that one done for you, and hopefully I'll get to post that pretty soon. Until then, happy sewing!